students, welcome to Sprint 9 2021, and today we are going to deal with a very interesting chapter. If I were you, don't worry, I know I have not done this chapter yet. I have not been able to cover this chapter yet in the Umang series, but we will be doing that very soon. So today we will be doing that in Sprint 9 series since this is on right now. Don't worry, I will be explaining the chapter as well. So today we will be covering the 1 mark question, 2 marks questions, 3 marks questions, as well as 5 marks question, guys. And this is the schedule for English. By now you must have, by hearted the schedule for all physics, chemistry, math, bio, and of course SST. Do not miss out on any important session. Before starting, guys, do hit the like button, do show your love, care, support, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. This is what it is. This is a quote which I want to share with you, very pertinent to the chapter that we are going to do right now. It is by presence of mind in untried emergencies that the native metal of man is tested. This is by James Russell Lowell. Okay, so presence of mind, that is very important, and that is exactly what we are going to cover in this chapter as well. In untried emergency, so when it is an emergency situation, how do you use your presence of mind? And we will be dealing with a very similar story in your next term, that is grade 10th. Okay, so this is also very interesting, and the other one is also very interesting. Both are very interesting. So let us begin with the homework question, guys. This is the homework question. Thank you so much for posting all your comments in the comment section. You can refer to this question, guys, in case you haven't been able to, write your answers. You will get points from here. Okay? So this is the very first question from the chapter, If I Were You. At last, a sympathetic audience. Okay, just one line. And here is this question. Who says this? Gerrard, intruder, policeman, or the sergeant? Quickly let me know your answers in the chat box within 2 minutes. Yes, this is said by Gerrard. Okay, Gerrard and the intruder, these are the two characters. This is a play. Okay, this is a play. You all should know that this is a play. And next question is, why does he say it? He was scared of the intruder. He had tried to buy some time from the intruder before the intruder shoots him, because the intruder had asked him to talk about himself. Because he was waiting for the sergeant to arrive. Come on, guys. 2 minutes may answer in the chat box. Yes, because the intruder had asked him to talk about himself. That is why he said this. Okay. Okay, next and the last question. Is he sarcastic or serious? He's being sarcastic because he knew about the intruder's intentions. He's being sarcastic because he wanted the intruder to spend some time with him. He's being serious because he thought his life was a failure, or none of the above. Very simple, simplest of all the 3 questions. So come on, guys, within 2 minutes. I hope you have given the answer. Yes, he was sarcastic because he knew about the intruder's intentions. Perfect. How many of you have got 3 out of 3? Give me a quick high five. Okay, let's move to the subjective portion. Okay, why does the intruder say that Gerrard's pleasure would be short-lived? Jaldi say, quickly. Why does the intruder say that Gerrard's pleasure would be short-lived? Very simple. The intruder had entered the cottage with an intention of killing Gerrard and taking his place. That was his intention, right? When he was welcomed warmly and pleasantly by Gerrard, he tells him that once he gets to know of what was awaiting him, he would no longer be pleased. And that is exactly why he says that his pleasure would be short-lived. So, Gerrard showed as if he is he's pleased to meet the intruder. So he was kind of, treating the intruder as his guest. Okay, showing his pleasure, right? So that is exactly what the intruder said. The moment you will actually come to know my real intention, you will no longer be pleased. So therefore, this pleasure would be, short-lived. Okay. Next question again for 2 marks, guys. What was the need for the intruder to impersonate? Impersonate is, he tried to take the place of Gerrard. He wanted to kill him and take his place, right? So why? So the intruder was a wanted criminal. You know that already. Hai? He had murdered a cop and had been in hiding. He after a lot of research, he managed to spot an individual who matched his physical appearance, kind of looked similar to each other, both of them, right? He was fed up of the uncertainty that surrounded his life. Therefore, he intended to do away with Gerrard and get into his boot. That is, he wanted to get into his boot is impersonate. That is, take his place. Now, how can he take his place? Of course, for taking his place, Gerrard had to be removed. है ना? So for that reason, he wanted to, with that intention, he had entered into Gerrard's room in order to kill him. ठीक है, बच्चा पाड़ी? So next we come to the 3 marks questions. All right, 3 marks questions. The first question is, what have you to gain? Why does Gerrard ask the intruder this question? देखो, now you have to be very very thorough with the play. So before coming to the Sprint 9 series, I would definitely talk about going through the play. I would definitely strictly recommend you to go through the play very carefully and very thoroughly. Only then you can come to the Sprint 9 series. And since I have not been able to do this in the Umang series till now, I cannot say that go through the video lecture, but very soon you will have the video lecture on that as well. Don't worry about that. Okay? So the answer is because here, plays have a lot of reference to context questions. Plays का यही फंडा है. You have a lot of reference to context questions, RTCs. ठीक है? If you have seen ICSE के लिए, plays का कितना बहुत ज़्यादा, very difficult it is. I mean, not difficult. It needs a thorough reading. ठीक है? तो plays you have to read very thoroughly क्योंकि बहुत who said this, कब बोला, what was the context. So these kind of, especially for the extract based questions, very 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 important. ठीक है? चलो. Gerrard asks the intruder with the intention of convincing the latter. Latter is what? Latter ये है, intruder. ठीक है? Gerrard becomes the former. Now we write a lot of answers. जब हम आंसर लिखते हैं, we refer to the same person. When we have referred to the person initially, हम ऐसे refer करते हैं, latter, former. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे latter कौन है? Intruder. Who is the former? Gerrard. Right? So don't get confused here. This is a way of writing that he would not get anything if he killed him. The reason being that Gerrard himself was on the wanted list of the police for having committed a murder. Therefore, even if the intruder impersonated as Gerrard, it would be of no use as he will be sent to be hanged anyway. ठीक है? So the reason being that Gerrard himself was on the wanted list of the police for having committed a murder. That is what he said. ठीक है? That is what he said जानबूझ के in order to puzzle in order to mess up with his mind, right? So that is why what have you to gain? Even if you personate me, ultimately आपको जाना ही है jail because I am also on the wanted list. That is what he said. ठीक है? Next question. So that is definitely depicting his presence of mind with which we began the quote. I mean the quote with which we began the session. Presence of mind, your intelligence, your wit. ठीक है? How did Gerrard behave on seeing a gun-toting stranger in his cottage? Now here, this talks about the presence of mind. यहाँ पे आप ना वो quote भी use कर सकते हो if you want in your own words. ठीक है? In your own words you can use the quote with which we began the session. So Gerrard kept his cool and remained absolutely unruffled. तो काम रखना बहुत जरूरी है in difficult situation. That is what we get to learn from this. Calm, okay, in difficult situations. Okay. When he saw the gun-toting stranger in his cottage, there was neither any panic nor any ring of tension in his voice. He remained his normal self and talked to him casually. ठीक है? So this is where he's also showing his presence of mind by not panicking. Okay? Not panicking, not panic-stricken. Not being panic stricken. ठीक है? तो yeah, this is what we also learn in our lives. Many a times we will face a similar situation. This is a very dangerous situation. We can face other challenges in our life. So at that time it is important to stay very calm and not panic. ये बहुत ज़्यादा important है. So I hope you have enjoyed the session so far. If you want to join us further, guys, gain 100% knowledge and 100% marks, तो जल्दी से जल्दी you have to click on the link in the description box. क्योंकि देखो, सच बताएं, if I speak honestly, it is very difficult to cover the entire syllabus on time YouTube में, but we have been doing that very successfully in our platform. Of course हम यहाँ पे भी कर रहे हैं, but you can see so many things going on right together. तो इसमें थोड़ा सा क्या होता है कि time लग जाता है. Of course we will be doing that, but if you go to the platform, उसमें क्या होता है, there is an advantage for all of you. कैसे? There वहां पे एक स्केड्यूल बना रहता है ऑलरेडी, क्योंकि वहां पे हमारा फोकस बहुत डिफरेंट है यूट्यूब से, ठीक है. ऑल्दो दोनों का फोकस ऑफ कोर्स योर स्टडीज, योर बेनिफिट सब है, बट हाँ यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा we have sprint X, sprint 9, इतने सारे सीरीज चलते हैं, राइट. सो देयर we have already, we have completed this. तो वो आपके स्कूल के टाइम टेबल के हिसाब से it goes on, right? And also you have live classes with fun and high level quizzes. यहाँ पे जैसे मेंटी होता है, we try to cover, do as much as possible यहाँ पे भी, but वहाँ पे क्या होता है, every session is going to have quizzes, live quizzes, ठीक है. तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा amazing है guys. You can compete with the students throughout the world. This is something very very important. और अगर आप replay देखते हो, वहाँ पे भी आप बोर बिल्कुल नहीं होगे, क्योंकि वहाँ पे भी live quizzes होने वाला है, and with leaderboard every single day. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप replay देख रहे हो and that is of that is not fun, ठीक है, that is not having that energy. Same energy guys, live quizzes होने वाला है, leaderboard भी मिलने वाला है. And the best part is जो आप यहाँ पे भी कर सकते हो, you can download the notes. तो कोई भी notes issues नहीं होंगे. We have all the 6 subjects जिसके notes आपको available होंगे, especially handwritten notes of the master teachers, जो आप यहाँ पे भी download कर सकते हो. Yes, ठीक है, तो मत भूलना डाउनलोड करना. एंड गाइज ये भी एक डिफरेंस है फ्रॉम यूट्यूब सेशंस, क्योंकि यूट्यूब में क्या होता है, देयर आर सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स और एक मास्टर टीचर, इट्स नॉट वेरी वेरी कन्वीनियंट फॉर अस टू टेक ऑल ऑफ योर डाउट्स, ऑल्दो वी डू आवर बेस्ट टू डू, ठीक है, वी ट्राई आवर बेस्ट टू टेक योर डाउट्स, ठीक है. बट वहां पे क्या होता है, वी हैव अ स्पेशल टीम, क्लास टीचर्स का स्पेशल टीम होता है, जिसका we are focused on only, the class teachers are focused on only and only doubt solving. तो catering to one need, उसके लिए हमारे पास अलग टीम है. After each and every session, जो यहाँ पे भी हम होमवर्क देते हैं, of course, but there also you have assignment after each and every session, जिससे आपको पता चलता है how much you have been able to grasp, ठीक है. और टेस्ट, वी डू कंडक्ट टेस्ट, जो कि यहाँ पे यूट्यूब में इट्स नॉट देयर, नॉट पॉसिबल. तो रिविजन जो है वो बहुत 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 जरूरी है गाइस. सो टेस्ट वी डू कंडक्ट एंड वी ऑल्सो गिव यू द परफॉर्मेंस रिपोर्ट, ताकि आप बहुत अच्छे से प्रिपेयर कर सको एंड समझ सको वेयर एग्जैक्टली यू स्टैंड. प्लस यू गेट 5000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams, that too in less price. You have to just visit the link, और SWRPRO ये कूपन कोड अप्लाई करना मत भूलना guys. And this is the price 2159 for a month and 7200 till March 21, which actually comes down to 11 rupees per class for a month and 12 rupees per class for till March 21. अगर आप करना चाहो, you just need to visit the link and use the coupon code SWRPRO. ठीक है बच्चा पार्टी. So I would suggest not to compromise with your studies. ये 2 साल है बच्चा. You have to get very good guidance. You have to build your foundation strong, and that is possible in our platform guys. All the 6 subjects equal care देना बहुत जरूरी है. So do not neglect any of the subject. ये बहुत 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 important है guys. Most of the students they focus on one group and leave the rest. उससे क्या होता है, आपका percentage down हो जाता है. And it's not that कि आपको इस कुछ subject की जरूरत नहीं होगी. You will require all the subjects. ठीक है, languages की भी उतनी ही जरूरत है. It will be there for you throughout your life. आप पीछा नहीं छुड़ा सकते. And that is very very interesting guys. अगर आप थोड़ा सा interest ले लो, that is going to be super interesting, and that is exactly what we are aiming at. learning with the fun element, so that it, we can create that interest in you in each and every subject, ताकि आपको मजा भी आए, आपको समझ भी आए, and you can come out in flying colors, right? तो ये है बच्चा पार्टी 5 मार्क्स का पहला क्वेश्चन. ड्रॉ अ पेन पिक्चर ऑफ जेरर्ड. ठीक है, सॉरी. Very simple, guys. Gerrard was a playwright who was supposed to be having a very queer and mysterious nature. He was rarely seen by people and led a very private life. According to him, the only people who visited his house were the baker, green saucer, and milkman. However, he was very smart, witty, and confident. He possessed the right mental strength and had to handle very meticulously a planned attack made on him by an intruder. Not losing his cool and replying to the intruder with humor and sarcasm. Socho, somebody is, there to kill you. Okay, and you are replying with humor and sarcasm. I mean, I have to give him for that, right? So he plays a very shrewd game and gives the intruder a dose of his own bitter medicine. Okay? So eventually he saves himself and hands the trickster to the police. Douglas, through the character of Gerrard, displays to the readers the approach to handle critical situation. अब ये जो है, ये है आपका मसाला. ठीक है, टिल हियर एवरीबडी वुड राइट, बट हियर ये आप सीख क्या रहे हो, यहाँ पे आप ना वो कोट भी यूज कर सकते हो, विच आई with which I began the session. Quote in your own words. Okay, in your own words. Don't have to quote exactly word to word. Okay, in your own words, just summary use ka, right? So that is going to add that spice. Okay. Moving ahead, we have the last question, guys. Last question. Why was Gerrard packing a bag at the beginning of the play? How did it help him to outwit and trap the intruder? और ऐसा ही एक सिमिलर स्टोरी आप ग्रेड 10th में भी पढ़ोगे. आई थिंक वो अभी हट गया है as far as I know, but I don't know whether they will include that story once again. बहुत ही सिमिलर स्टोरी है. We will do that in grade 10th. I have done that in this in the sessions also. Okay. So anyways, let's come back to the story. Gerrard was packing a bag in the beginning of the play and he had to deliver some props to the theatrical company. He was a playwright, right? तो उसको prop deliver करना था. When the intruder broke into his cottage and threatened to kill him and steal his identity, Gerrard did not lose his control or did not lose his calm. He spontaneously concocted a story, framed a story, weaved a story that he himself, यहाँ पे आप और भी वर्ड्स यूज कर सकते हो, framed, weaved, right? That he himself was a criminal and was trying to dodge the police, right? This story was supported by the aura of mystery that surrounded him, his reclusive lifestyle, the bag he had been packing, the disguised outfit, false mustache, etc. ठीक है, so that is how, the entire setup had, it had gone in favor of him और उसको वो help करता है at the end. All this misled the intruder into believing that Gerrard was speaking the truth. Of course, it is, justifying his words, right? He did not doubt Gerrard any longer and unsuspectingly got ready to escape along with him. When Gerrard indicates the door that leads straight to the carriage, the intruder walks into a trap. Finally, hence the bag played an important role in convincing the intruder that Gerrard too was a criminal like him and was preparing to flee when he broke into his cottage. Right? So guys, with that we have covered the 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, 3 and 5 marks questions, and this is the question that you have to answer in the comment section. Why did the intruder find Gerrard's cooked up story of criminal background convincing? So how did he make his arguments convincing? Okay, that is the question. That there you have to definitely talk about his presence of mind as well, his intelligence, his wit, right? So little bit of the characteristic features would also go into it, not much, but yes, 1 or 2 lines. So next class we will be dealing with the lost child, right? So guys, don't forget to visit the link and the pinned comment. A link in the description box and pinned comment. Use the coupon code SWRPRO. Okay? Okay, so 2021 guys, thank you so much. Please do help us, subscribe to the channel and also like kar do, share kar do. Okay? So take care. Bye bye. See you again in the next session.